When I was super duper deep in my travel influencer lifestyle, I felt that content creation started to feel like an uphill battle. But now, on the other side, as a retired travel influencer, I have a very different perspective and way that I would approach creating content if I had to start over again as a content creator. Hey y'all, I am Rachel, a retired travel influencer who has been to over 70 countries. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you if I had to start over as a content creator, how I would go about it, focusing more on clarity, on authenticity, and of course, creating a strategy. If you are wondering how I know what I'm talking about, first of all, I never mentioned this on this channel, but I do have a master's degree in business, focused in marketing. And before I got hacked as a travel content creator, I had over 70,000 followers across all of my platforms. So I know a little something. So let's get started, and I will share with you 5 things that I would do differently if I had to start over. I was a content creator for over 7 years, so it took me some time to understand a strategy that worked and the content creation process. At one point, I was just trying to follow trends and seeing what works and kind of getting away from my authentic voice and what my audience wanted to hear. Through my journey as a content creator, I learned a lot through trial and error. I learned from studying my analytics and looking at data. I invested thousands of dollars in hours in courses and mentors and in coaches. And I realized at the end of the day, creating amazing content isn't about the aesthetics. It's about resonating with your audience. So now that I am on the other side of the game as a retired travel influencer, and I have 20 plus years in marketing, I am going to break down with you 5 different things or strategies that I would do differently if I had to start over as a content creator or a travel influencer. Number 1 is to get specific about your end goal and your audience. I know a lot of times people say things like, you need to understand your audience, right? Your demographics, how old are they? Where do they live? But you really should ask yourself deeper questions. What is it that you want to convey? What value do you bring to your audience? What do they want to get from you? These are the type of questions that you should be asking yourself. And once you understand that, then it will be much easier for you to hone in on those data specific points about your audience. So I will use this channel as an example. The value that I bring and the audience that I intend to attract are women, and specifically women of color who desire to create content online, but may be hesitant or just want to see travel stories from the lens and the perspective of a young Black woman. So knowing that I have a very clear voice and there are very specific people who want to hear it. So ask yourself those sorts of questions. The second thing that I would do is hire help. If you are not good with video editing, with editing photos, with writing emails or scripts or, any of those things, hire help. Even if you have a small budget, there are websites like Upwork and Fiverr where you can get help for as little as $5. So I would definitely say that if you have the budget to hire help, especially in areas where you have little to no knowledge, that will 1,000% help with getting over those humps when it comes to insecurities, when it comes to getting started, when it comes to fear, and when it comes to burnout. You definitely want to eliminate as much as possible if you can hire people to help you in the areas where you are not the strongest. The third thing I would do is leverage the power of AI. Now, something I don't really talk about a lot on this channel channel, but in my real life, I actually do a lot of work with AI, and I teach a lot of workshops all around the world when it comes to AI. So with that being said, I would leverage tools like ChatGPT and other AI tools to help with idea generation, with content creation, with all sorts of things. Now, shameless plug here, if you are interested in learning how to use ChatGPT for content creation and you don't consider yourself very techie, then you can definitely check out my ChatGPT one-on-one guide for non-techies. The fourth thing that I would do is focus on authentic storytelling, especially in today where we feel so disconnected. People desire a connection, especially where, we are on platforms like YouTube. People want to really feel your passion. They want to feel your emotions. They want your real insight. They want your real thoughts. People want to resonate. And so I think that being very clear about your voice and how you want to get your voice across is very important, by being authentic and staying with that authenticity. Sometimes we get caught up in being glamorous or with the trends or what's working, and what will always work is being who you are. The last thing I would do is prioritize engaging with your community. It is so important that you engage and create these authentic connections and friendships, or even relationships and friendships with your community, because these are the people that are listening to you, that are resonating with you, that may be purchasing your products or your services. So you really want to build relationships with them. And also, I have mentioned it in other videos, but the amount of connections and opportunities and friendships that I've made from engaging and creating a community has been tremendous. So you never know who's in your comments, who's in your inbox. So definitely prioritize, commenting back, engaging with your community, giving lots of value, even creating content based on their questions. But make sure that you always prioritize what your community wants and not necessarily always about what you want to do. As I am starting my content creation journey over again, I have found that incorporating these strategies has made creating content less of a chore and way more meaningful, way more fun, and way more impactful for me on this side of the game. So hopefully those strategies are things that you can implement as you look forward to creating content in your content creation journey. Of course, there will be some learning curves, especially when it comes to hiring help or when it comes to leveraging tools like AI in order to create content. But I assure you that leaning into these areas will make creating content and building out your content creation journey will make it much more fun and much more approachable. So if you are thinking about creating content today, I encourage you to focus on clarity, connection, and authenticity. These are, I believe, the three areas that will allow your content creation process to not only be fulfilling to you, but fulfilling to your audience. Now, if you enjoyed this video or want more videos from the perspective of a retired influencer, things that I would do differently, things behind the scenes, some of my travel insights, some of my thoughts, then I encourage you to subscribe and to join the community. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Make sure that you like and share and subscribe. Until the next time, I love y'all, and I will see you in the next video.